So it is December 15th, 2024. It is a cold day here in Northwest Georgia. I'm Latasha over at Tasha's Tiny Homestead. I'm a gardener in Zone 8A in Northwest Georgia, about 30 minutes east of the Alabama line and about 90 miles away from the Tennessee line. So I want to talk about what I'm growing this year. Some I'm not growing. There's a lot of tomatoes I'm not growing. And I want to talk about what I am growing this year and what worked well. And all the peppers that I got from seed swaps. If you are not in any seed swap groups, I highly suggest them. You can get varieties you've never heard of, which in my case is me. So I'm going to start with the two at the top here. Now, I took these out of the original package and I didn't want to lose them, which is why they're in these boxes. But these are both from seed swaps. This is lunchbox yellow pepper. This is Mad Hatter peppers. I've grown the Mad Hatters, absolutely love them. We're actually getting ready to start these here soon. I always start my peppers in December, usually a little bit later in December than now, but I'm impatient. So these varieties here, I've grown all of these last year. So the Buena Mulata take a really long time to ripen, though. That's the only downfall with these. They take a very long time to ripen. These ones here, the pest really love them. Corno de Toro, I believe it's pronounced. The pest really love them. The sweet chocolate did very well for me this year. This tastes like a regular bell pepper, though. My Jamaican Scotch bonnets did amazing. My daytails were slow to ripen. I didn't get any until the end of the season, and I didn't get a lot. So, sweet bonnets, they did really good for me last year. My Tabascos did amazing. I lost a lot of them to the frost. Murasaki purple. These are really good when they are red. I have learned that the color on the package isn't necessarily the ripened color of the peppers. An example is the Jamaican Scotch bonnet. They're not ripe when they're green. So, these are the color that they get. These will actually turn red when they're ripe. These will also turn red when they're ripe. The pests really like them. Pumpkin spice, I didn't get any of these, and these look very close to the daytail. Shape's different. I don't know if I got any of these hot salsa blend. I don't think so. These grew really well for me last year. These are ghost pepper. The Phileas blue, I only got one and it was stunted. I wanted to get some perennials in the ground, so I got my hollyhock. I don't really like snapdragons. They seem to bring a lot of pests, but hey, I don't like to waste seeds. The Jimmy Nardello did pretty amazing for me last year. The pests love them too. I didn't get any serranos. Sweet bananas. Hot pepper gurneys. These seeds are really old. These are like, it doesn't even say, but they're really old. They're like 3 years old. And then these I got from excuse my nails, terrible, a grow out I was doing. I didn't get any germination off of those, but that's probably user error. So that's Black Prince and Hollow's Eve. I'm going to try those. I'm not going to pretend to pronounce these. I did get some of these. They did not get giant. That's user error. Sugar Rush Peach. Everybody knows they are notoriously slow to ripen. I got very few that actually ripened, but I got a lot. These are a pepper that you can pick at any stage. Like once they start to move from the see-through stage to the, where you can't see through them, that's when they're really good. My Anaheim did amazing, or Anaheim, however you like to pronounce it. They did amazing. That was the tallest pepper plant I had. It was like, it was taller than me. It was about a little over 5 feet. Some more snapdragons. Then I have my milkweed. Gotta get some perennials in there. Death Spiral did amazing. I did not get a ton of ripe ones. And then I like to affectionately call these jalapeno. Jalapeno. Those did okay. And then some more from seed swaps are Puma pepper. I've never grown that. And I actually won some of these in contest. Hawaiian chili pepper. Never grown that. And my all-time favorite is Baker Creek's Brazilian Starfish. Greatest pepper I've had so far. Just enough heat. They're really sweet to me. Very sweet peppers. I was eating them like snacks. And I was confused because I couldn't figure out why it wasn't hot. I've realized that once you get to the seed pod, that's where the heat comes in. Wow. So, and then I have some over here. I wasn't really going to look at these because these won't be started until January, February-ish. These are some varieties of tomatoes I grew, or I won, or traded for. Bread and salt. I can't pronounce this one. And then this one says micro dwarf canary, yellow canary. So I'm trying to do some dwarf varieties. And super, what's it say? I don't know. Something tomato. Super, I don't have my contacts in. Super Snow White. And then a fat frog. I have some dwarf purple heart tomatoes. And I won these. Karma purple. Abe Lincoln. Fuzzy Wuzzy. Dwarf King. Mortgage Lifter. Hungarian Heart. I always think of that song, Everybody's Got a Lonely Heart, when I see Hungarian Heart. I know, cheap and cheesy. Amish Paste. San Mazzarno. Alice's Dream. Micro Dwarf Pinocchio. Micro Orange Hat. So those are some of the varieties I am growing this year. There's a lot more tomatoes. I decided not to do most of the tomatoes that I grew last year because I don't want to do seedy varieties. I want to focus on canning, and I want to focus on tomatoes that get big and meaty for canning. I am going to grow some of the small ones, just not as many as of these small cherry ones. These actually got none last year. They died out for me. But here is what I'm going with so far in 2025. And there's so many more because I have pumpkins and watermelons and more tomatoes and da-da-da-da-da. But these are the ones I'm actually getting ready to start. I'm not starting the tomatoes. Back up a little bit. I'm not starting the tomatoes, but I am starting all of these peppers. So I'm excited. Here we go.